Track A rolls.
Tonight at 6 on Tulsa's Channel 8.
Keystone supporters speaking out for jobs.
What one organization is doing is literally life and death for some families.
Election night hiccups. We'll tell you what happened.
We're talking about fireworks safety and how you have to pay for it. In Sand Springs, it's no laughing matter.
You're watching KTUL, Tulsa's Channel 8.
It's all on cue.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. First on 8, the Keystone XL pipeline could get a green light this week from the Army Corps of Engineers, clearing the way for Oklahoma.
Today, protesters and supporters made their voices heard in downtown Tulsa. Channel 8's Bert Mumolo reports live about this divided issue.
Christian protesters say we need to watch out for the environment. Supporters say we can do that, but we also need the jobs.
Track B rolls dissolved.
These pipelines leak.
They're against me, and I'm against them right now.
On one side of Denver, protesters hoping to stop the project for a multitude of reasons, including the potential danger to various waterways should the pipeline leak. On the other side of Denver, supporters of the project, folks who will directly benefit from the creation of sorely needed jobs.
We need jobs.
Right
now we need jobs more than anything. Get rid of that 8% unemployment. Like
what do we need? Jobs.
What do we need? Jobs.
Mike them. Dissolve.
And all roughly 55, 60 people combined out there today bearing the heat to make their voices heard. Reporting live, Bert Mumolo, Tulsa's Channel 8.
All right, thanks, Bert. Well, it looked like your typical suburban home, but what a narcotics task force found inside proved it was anything but. Officers discovered 64 pot plants inside this home in Bixby. They also found 2 pounds of marijuana ready to sell, 2 guns, and 2 children inside the home. James and Jennifer Carlisle surrendered and were arrested for drug charges and child endangerment. The children are now staying with family. Part of Highway 97 in Sepulveda had to be shut down this afternoon. That happened just south of the Turner Turnpike around 1 o'clock. Troopers tell us a truck with an oversized load knocked down some power lines. The road was closed until crews could fix the lines and reopen around 4:30.
Track A rolls. Dissolve. Stand by 1. Mike Frank. It's on cue.
The oven was on again today. Temperatures once again reaching triple digits. Here's what's going on right now. We're still sitting at 100. That's been our high for the day here in Tulsa. We have upper 90s, low hundreds everywhere else. Okmulgee coming in at 102. Metro readings, well, Broken Arrow's at 99. Sand Springs is at 100. But let's factor in the humidity. This is the heat index. Feels like 105 in Tulsa right now. Feels like 106 down in Sapulpa. It will stay hot during the evening hours tonight. 98 degrees at 7 p.m. with a heat index over 100. 83 at midnight and 76 tomorrow morning. Now coming up, I'm going to tell you about how we're expecting more hot days. I'll show you how hot. I've got the 4th of July forecast. And I'll let you know if there's any relief in sight. That's all I have.
Fingers are crossed. Thank you, Frank. Well, the Tulsa Heat Coalition, which is made up of emergency teams from across the Tulsa area, is urging everyone to pay attention to this heat.
Something new they're doing this year, PSO is offering a payment plan for people who qualify. They don't want anyone to turn their air off because they can't afford the bill right now. If you need assistance, you're asked to call 1-888-216-3523.
And unfortunately, some people are forced to brave this heat without an air conditioner. It is especially hard on the sick and the elderly. And that is why a local organization is doing everything they can to help. Channel 8's Kimberly Holsey talked to families who are so grateful for their efforts.
Rolls. What's up?
When it's hot like this for several days in a row, not having air flowing through your home makes it even worse. And when you're on a fixed income, air conditioning might not be a top priority. These units go to people that may not have had air for weeks. Gail Walker has lived in this house for 20 years, and her central air just decided to not work this year. So for months she has been without, but now she couldn't wait.
It's to the point now where it's my health.
The Weather Coalition has seen a record number of people applying, and it's the first time people were asking in March. But as Walker told us, it's the difference between life and death, and she never thought she would have to ask for help. But to be able to push this button and make the room cooler, that's all she was asking for.
It's the difference between life and death. And I'm not being dramatic. I'm not being dramatic. With a heart condition.
15 left.
Can't do the same things that you did before.
Now, because all these air conditioners are done by donations, they are looking for some more, and we have put all their information on our website. Just go to KTUL.com. In North Tulsa, Kimberly Holsey, Tulsa's Channel 8.
So we can all help. Thank you, Kimberly. And as she mentioned, the units are donated to the Weather Coalition, so they are free to the customers. But each customer is required to pay their electric bill.
Jenks police officer up for a job at the Oklahoma State Bureau of Narcotics collapsed yesterday and then died today. 27-year-old Juan Legarreta was taking a physical fitness test in Oklahoma City on Tuesday when he started feeling sick. We're told Legarreta was taken to the hospital for testing, but he died this morning. Right now, it's unclear if his death was caused by the heat or a medical condition. We're told Legarreta served 2 tours in a row.
And flight is on.
Well, election night was a long one here in Tulsa County.
Yeah, the election board blames growing pains that come with having a new system. Channel 8's Latoya Silman has more on what went wrong and if there's anything that should cause you concern in the future.
Track B, rolls.
In all, I'm told there were actually 5 different recounts last night, but 3 of them were run-of-the-mill. It's those other 2 that has us still talking today. Your vote is your voice, and it's up to the election board to make sure it's heard. Tuesday night, that meant working overtime.
A few hiccups. A couple of our precinct officials did not bring their voting devices back and had the memory stick in it, which had the votes.
Shelley Boggs says the ballots were secure, no problem there, but they needed those memory sticks, a new requirement thanks to a new system. Since the system's arrival, there has been 1 mock election and 3 real deals. One of them pitted Republican Katie Hinkey against Democrat Dan Arthrill. A tight race with results that at different times had both winning.
1 minute left.
The Arthrill race and Hinkey race. Some of that had to do with the equipment. Some of that had to do with precinct official procedures. And we've addressed the procedures with precinct officials.
This time, Bach says workers simply forgot to turn in the machines, which ate up time. And that's enough of an explanation for the Republican and Democratic parties.
My opinion is that if they have to take a little bit longer to get the results out, but without a doubt that the numbers that they fully release from the get-go are accurate, then I believe that the speed is secondary and accuracy is number 1.
I hope it doesn't happen again, but if it does, I under no circumstances believe
15
that
left.
the system is here to try to do something underhand.
10.
They're hoping the 5th time the charm. The next election will be some runoffs that will occur in
5.
August.
We'll leave the key ready.
In downtown Latoya Silman, Tulsa's Channel 8.
Thank you, Latoya. And by the way, we have a new voting system because the old one didn't have audio voting options for the visually impaired, and the federal government requires it.
Take 1 flight.
Tonight, police need your help tracking down a couple of West Tulsa bank robbers. That happened at this Bank of Oklahoma branch on 33rd West Avenue around 9:15 this morning. A heavy-set woman with a gun handed the teller a note demanding money. She then took off with an accomplice in a black truck. Police say they ditched the truck nearby and possibly got into a white car. There's already been 2 carjacking incidents this week in Tulsa after strangers have approached drivers for rides.
Channel 8's Caitlin Alexander talked to police about ways to help others without risking your own safety.
Tulsa police get it. It's hot out.
Yeah.
But this week's carjackings, like the one that happened right here, don't make it clear enough. Sometimes being the good Samaritan isn't always safe.
2 carjackings this week.
No, I wouldn't pick up people here just because you hear so many stories about it being dangerous and you don't know really what's going to happen.
I think Peter was in this package, that's why.
Samaritans agreed to drive strangers they thought were in need. First on Saturday, a man a driver picked up at 10th and Lewis threatened him with what he said was a bomb and forced the driver out of the car. Then Monday, in an entirely separate incident at Quick Trip in Brookside, 2 men pulled a knife on a driver and similarly stole his car. Police arrested Daniel Hale in the second incident after police spotted the stolen car early Wednesday morning. Police say you can help people needing rides without compromising yourself.
I've always made it a practice of saying if there's someone I can call for. There's our number, someone I can dial for you.
Like Officer Ashley said, it's one thing to offer to make a call for someone
3.
looking for a ride. It's quite another to put yourself at risk. In Midtown, Caitlin Alexander, Tulsa's Channel 8.
Thank you, Caitlin. Now, police do not think that this week's 2 carjackings are related. They are investigating both crimes.
All right, thank you. Time outside. When we come back, a local restaurant bakes a pizza inside a car.
Dissolve. Mike.
Plus,
Q.
a reminder, don't forget about your pets in this heat, why you should never use
Ready,
cold
Max.
water
Mike
to cool
Frank.
them off.
White.
And we're not alone in this heat. It's
Ready,
baking
B,
from
Max
Texas
again.
all the way up to Minnesota. Is there any relief in sight?
Track
Forecast
B
coming up.
rolls. White. Mike. Q.
Let's talk about a pyrotechnic blunder. See what causes
Stand by
fireworks
black.
stand to catch fire.
And fade it. And track A. Fade it. Q. And Michael.
Well, the 4th of July came early in West Virginia, but this was not
Yeah.
a celebration. It's believed
So
a
by one.
faulty extension cord sparked this massive display at a roadside fireworks stand. No one was hurt, but as you can imagine, it definitely stopped traffic.
Dissolve one.
This 4th of July, Tulsa suburbs
Second
are
is
expecting families to fire up the fireworks.
But in return, they want you to buy a permit first. Channel 8's Kim Jackson says it's an issue
Track
of
B
safety.
rolls. What's up?
In the city of Sand Springs, you can't even buy fireworks. No, residents have to come here on the outskirts of the city limits. And if you buy a package of these black cats, pop them in town, be prepared to pay.
Call the law, and it's only $99.99. So it's a really good deal.
It's the new explosive big thing, but to light up the sky, you better buy a permit.
Some people have, and
Yeah.
some people don't even pay any attention to it, or they don't live in the city limits.
So many people don't worry about the $20 permit to shoot fireworks, but inside
Didn't
the
go.
city limits, police will be out, and so will the marshal writing citations.
The
Stand by
funds
Key.
allow us to
Ken.
put more officers on the street patrolling during those
Yeah.
times to make sure that everybody's shooting their fireworks safely.
Jeffrey Tate is working this booth for his church, raising money for the youth group. He says it's worth it, but there's another side.
And then in others, it's if you don't have $20 and you're just wanting to shoot off some sparklers with your baby girl, who's first time, I don't think it's worth it for $20 worth of permits.
The risk could mean at least a $154 ticket. The marshal says common violations are fireworks past 11 p.m., the cutoff.
Best advice: stay safe, be careful. It's getting dry out there. It's getting very, very hot. The grass and vegetation is drying out tremendously. Keep a water hose close by. Keep a water bucket close by to put any fireworks
15
in
left.
After they're used.
Right now, the fireworks
Sarah Key.
and the permits
Yeah.
are both on sale, but as for the permits, you should know they
5 will
expire
leave.
the
You ready?
night
2 on
of
the
July
2.
4th. Near Sand Springs, Kim Jackson, Tulsa's Channel 8.
Mike. Say.
Thank you, Kim. And with the mercury rising,
Ready,
it's
A.
not just us humans who need to be careful.
Yeah, vets warn we need to keep a close eye on our pets as
Hey,
well.
Rose.
Make sure they have fresh water and plenty of shade, and never, ever leave your dog
Yeah.
in the car. If
B
your dog
with
gets
sounds
overheated, there are a few ways to cool them off, but vets say never use
Track
cold
B
water.
rolls. What's up?
It's really important if you do notice
Even
signs of
worse
heat
is the
stress in your
out.
animal, lukewarm water
Yeah.
to wet them down with. You can put alcohol on their foot pads and on their bellies, but absolutely no cold water. What can happen there is you can shut the capillaries in the skin down, and then they can't get rid of
Mike.
heat even worse.
Q.
Good advice. Yeah,
Ready.
symptoms of heat
A
stroke
with
in
some
dogs
maps.
include extreme panting, plus having a dark red tongue and gums.
Track A rolls. White.
Reggae Fest returns to Tulsa this weekend after an 11-year hiatus. And here's hoping the cool island music helps keep the crowds cool, too. Organizers say concert goers can keep cool under the trees at Veterans Park. They'll also have plenty of water on site to keep
7-3.
people
Mike 'em all.
hydrated.
Nice to know somebody who's going to be there at Reggae Fest who needs to take that advice, right,
Oh,
Frank?
yeah. I'm going to be there live on Friday, and I'll be out there and just enjoying the music on Saturday. I'm going to go on both days. I love Reggae Fest.
It sounds like a great time.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time. We'll have a preview on Friday. Now, in the heat, we've heard of everything, cooking an egg, hot dog, crayon.
Burnt with popsicle the other day.
Yeah, but never heard of a pizza. But we
Ross.
have it for you. The folks at Minuteman Pizza Parlor in Sand Springs wanted to know how long would it take to bake a cheese pizza inside a car on a hot day like today?
Yeah.
And the answer is about 3 hours. Not bad. It just took an hour to melt the cheese and 3 hours to get a crisp crust. It's a good reminder that inside of a car, it can become like an oven on days like this, soaring 20 degrees higher or more than the actual temperature outdoors.
It's about one.
Yeah, that's some good. Now I want to know who got to eat the pizza. That's what I want to know. Yeah, good stuff. Hey, let's talk about what's going on with that. We do have a heat advisory for the whole area. That goes until tomorrow night. That means that the heat during the day will be dangerously hot, but the nights will cool off. But it's a different story here in Tulsa County. So we're going to go in on this now. We have an excessive heat warning because we're not going to cool off overnight. This goes until 9 o'clock tomorrow night. Heat index could get up to 110 tomorrow. And our overnight lows tonight and tomorrow night could stay in the upper 70s. So no relief even overnight here in Tulsa County. That does include, by the way, the Owasso area, Broken Arrow, Bixby, out towards Sand Springs. So this is the kind of weather where if you spend a lot of time outside or you don't have an air conditioner, you can wind up with a heat-related illness. Now here's how it looks out there right now. Plenty of sunshine, and that is keeping things rather toasty. We're running right at 100 degrees right now. That's been our daytime high. 31% humidity. South winds at 13. And look at the high. Look at the low this morning. 80 degrees. So we even started off the day on the warm side. Other temperatures across the area right now. We have 99 in Wagner, 97 in Tahlequah, so a few upper 90s out there. 98 in Bonita. But it's also 100 down in the Okmulgee area right now. Air quality, moderate count for mold spores, still high count for pollen. And we did have an ozone alert, in fact, for today, and we have another one for tomorrow. And so far, our ozone has been in the moderate category, which isn't good, but it can affect people who are super sensitive to any kind of bad air quality. All right, HD Max 8000, no rain, and I'm not expecting any. So the bad news is this dry weather will continue along with the hot weather. As we take a look at Futurecast, here's what you can expect from tonight into tomorrow morning. Like I said, yeah, it's going to stay warm even overnight. We shouldn't get much below 76 tomorrow morning here in Tulsa. Cooler away from the city of Tulsa, which I'll show you in a second. And our high tomorrow will be warmer than today. And we're going to hit 104 tomorrow with sunny skies and that heat index between 107 and 110 for tomorrow. So for Tulsa, surrounding metro area, on your Thursday, 76 degrees in the morning with clear skies. And then at lunchtime tomorrow, we're already going to be hitting 95. So not much of a slowdown on the heat tomorrow, and then we'll keep going. Almost a 10 degrees increase from noon to 5. 104 the daytime high tomorrow with sunny skies. So what about the rest of eastern Oklahoma? As we take a look at your morning lows, again, some areas not too bad. Up to Bartlesville 67, out to Tahlequah 63 for morning lows. But then during the day, we're all going to be running pretty hot. Hotter than today, as I mentioned, running from about 103 in Tahlequah to 104 up in Miami and Pryor, 107 down the Okmulgee area, 105 Bristow and Stillwater. Here's your 8-day planner. Give or take a degree or two, it pretty much stays the same all week long. 102 on Friday, 101 on Saturday, and 99 on Sunday. Plenty of sunshine and no rain expected. And then as we head on into the 4th of July, we stay pretty hot. 98 on Monday, 101 Tuesday and Wednesday, and then Wednesday, of course, is the 4th. And then 102 next Thursday. And last year, that brutally hot summer we had, we only had 2 days in June of 100 degrees or more, and here we've already hit our 4th. So will it be a repeat? That's what everybody wants to know.
Hot enough to bake a pizza in a car.
How about that?
Yeah.
I worry about the pizza. I mean, did it go to waste? Did someone get to eat it?
We better give him a call.
Yeah.
We'll follow up on that.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
Take two.
Well, coming up, Bob Stoops
Stand by
sounds
A.
off on the new college football playoff.
And
Plus,
these rolls.
was this a catch or not a catch? You decide. We'll tell you after the
black.
break.
And faded. Mike Rick, arrows up on it.
Last night in New York, third base umpire Mike DeMuro got fooled by Yankee outfielder Dwayne Wise. Check out the great effort by Wise to catch this foul ball. That was an amazing play. The ump called an out, but look at the fan in the red shirt. He's got the ball. Wise never had the catch. The umpire never asked Wise to show him the ball, proving he caught it, so Wise ran to the dugout, and it was never questioned. Replays show that it went off the heel of his glove. Now, after the game, he was asked about the play, and Wise basically said it wasn't his responsibility to correct the umpire. College football finally gets its playoff. The BCS Oversight Committee announced it will be a 14 playoff beginning in 2014. There will be two semifinal games played at both sites, and then the championship game will go to a city on a bidding basis. OU head coach Bob Stoops likes the change. One of the biggest positives in the new system, he says, it keeps the bowls intact.
Track A, rolls.
We've got some kids who have never been out of the state of Oklahoma or from Dallas to Oklahoma, maybe haven't had
in the world's
background. We get to take them to Miami, Phoenix, the Fiesta Bowl, or wherever it may be for a 5-6 day window. great restaurants, great environment. We're broadening their horizons. You're teaching them and giving them opportunities to grow and look at what's out here in the world.
Tulsa ace Edward Cabrera will miss the Texas League All-Star game tomorrow night, but it's for good reasons. He's been called up to the Colorado Rockies. He'll make his big league debut tonight against the Nationals. Nice. But don't worry, there'll be plenty of future big league talent left tomorrow night for the All-Star game.
If they come out and watch this game, I'll guarantee you within a year, they're going to, half the guys on the field, they're going to have to turn on the TV or go buy a big league ticket to watch, because that's where all these guys are. 15. You know, to be around the best players in the league and get to see them all in one place at one time and watch them go at it. That's always an enjoyable thing. It's an honor for me to get to do it, and to get to do it here in Tulsa is really a neat thing for me.
Gates open at 5 o'clock. The home run derby gets underway about 5:50, and the game is set to start at 7:05. Hey, coming up tonight at 10, I'm going to tell you how much money they estimate the new 14 playoffs going to generate. Not only for TV deals, but for people who like to bet.
But it's a bunch.
It's a big number. It's a big number.
All right, thanks, Rick. That's our news tonight. Thanks for watching.
Our coverage continues online at KTL.com.
Start to move on 5 and 10, 9, 8 on 5, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and fade.